I felt like I took you guys on an entire tour on every single the room that we had. I was a little confused there on where we were exactly supposed to go. Wow. I legit cried after reading the chapter, but before I yap, because that's what we did the entire 8 hours while playing, I'll say hello to all the early birders in the chat. I want to say hello to Loves Your T-shirt, GMU, Off Dog, Tink, Xeno, Stark Hunter, everybody, lurkers, shout out to you guys. Thank you for accompanying me on this very, very, very dreadful day of... Yeah. I don't even know where to start. I lost... Actually, the reason why I couldn't stream... I thought I was not gonna stream today, but the chapter came out, so I'm like, might as well stream. Hi Kayla, hello. Dark Hunter, let's act like we totally believe in Aria's ability to be unbiased. Hey, I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to works. You guys know me. Just because you love something doesn't mean you should not be critical about it. So, I will be very logical about my JJK discussion, don't worry. You can rely on me for that. I don't know why this suits the discussion. This theme song suits the discussion. We are gathered here today to talk about JJK as a manga and as its entirety. This shit's so peak. Arias. Let's start. Okay, let's start with my first reaction. My first reaction was, that was it? That's it? Like, really? That I thought there was going to be a big plot twist at the end where I was actually expecting it to be a bad ending. Like, not a bad narrative-wise ending, but nobody really got happy endings. Xenos, yeah, when I saw you here on chat, hey Ragana, I was like, do you want to listen to this? Because I know you follow like listen, or you want to lurk? Because I know you follow JJK in anime form. You don't get it? It's a setup for JJK 2. I don't know, I think it's done. I think it's over. But I don't even know where to start. Oh my god. My first reaction was, that's it, because I thought the chapter was going to be like 40 chapters long. I thought they were going to reveal like, though, like everyone had the worst ending. Reveal that Yuji was going to die in the end. Reveal a lot of... There was so many things at the end that felt like wasn't resolved. Like they teased a lot of mini branching stories at the last few chapters, and then at the very end they never wrapped anything up. I think the reason why the ending felt so unsatisfying was because there was still a lot of open things. I'm definitely part of the Gojo Satoru fan club, but I'm actually one of the Gojo Satoru diehard fans that actually liked his ending. I think if they brought him back to life, I think the airport scene that we got with all the others that died, where he had a conversation with all the others that died, would be for naught. Like, it would remove the emotional impact of it. I think even as much as I hate it, I think his story was really done. There's really nothing else left for Gojo Satoru to do. Maybe a happy... Like, he got his happy ending. Like, as much as we hate to admit it, he got his happy ending. He's actually the real main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. And the reason why I concluded this, because... I mean... Everything that happened in this entire fucking Jujutsu Kaisen, at least in this timeline that we witnessed, was all because of him. He made so many mistakes and also made a lot of really good decisions that led to the big things that happened. So I really think that Gojo... This is not me being a fangirl. I just think he did a lot of mistakes that really propelled the large events in Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see. Now. Hi, Gradius and Crowned. JJK Shippuden. Nah, I don't think it's coming, chat. I don't think it is. The Kaisen has been Jujutsu. Maybe it's keeping the possibilities. Maybe for the spin-off. Like, The ending had. I feel like Gege was talking to us through the manga, through Gojo Satoru. He was like, at the very end, like chapter 271, like, haven't we had enough, Gojo Satoru? And honestly, when I read that, I was like, is that Gege talking to the fans? Is that Gege talking to the fans and telling us that haven't we had enough of this character? Like, do we really want to keep him, like, you know, I'm still trying to decipher what that meant in like a meta narrative sense. But within the JJK universe, it makes sense. I think he's tired. Like, I think Satoru is very tired of his role. He's very tired of being the strongest. He's very tired of the role that was given to him the moment that he was born. I think he was tired, chat. I think the reason why he said, at least in the JJK sense, like, haven't we got enough, Gojo Satoru? From his perspective, I think it has been so heavy. It has been so heavy the moment that he was born. When he was born, he was already like the strongest. He was the one keeping the balance of the Jujutsu world in check. Imagine having that huge responsibility the moment that you were born. You didn't ask for it. Even though, let's just say, he was enjoying the fights, he was enjoying Jujutsu, he was enjoying being the strongest. But of course, that also comes with a lot of exchanges. People want to beat a dead horse. I totally understand. I think Gojo Satoru should stay dead. Like, during 2070, I think he is done. Like, see guys, how unbiased I am. I fucking love Gojo Satoru. Like, I am one of his biggest fangirls, and yet I still believe that bringing him back from the dead will not do any good to the story. It will actually take away the closure. The airport scene. The airport scene. When I first started JJK season 1 in anime, I didn't read the manga. A part of me actually thought about the writer. I'm like, isn't this writer gonna have a hard time keeping this a super fucking strong character? How do you write a story around the character where your protagonists have like a secret weapon, a weapon that can destroy anything? I could really tell that they were having a hard time writing some of the struggles in the earlier like season 1 episodes, because I know JJK is all about like life or death situations, but if you have the strongest character in your anime, I think that would repair a lot of things. So they would always put Satoru somewhere in a trip. He's doing his own mission, when in fact he can just teleport and save his students. But there were so many instances where he was gone, and they had to, you know, say that he was in a trip. And his students had to deal with so much shit. And I can't imagine Gege's like mindset on like, how do you maneuver a world and create conflict when the conflict can be resolved so easily by one character? And then the Shibuya incident happened, and then he was sealed, and then people had to fend for themselves, because we all know that, you know, if Gojo wasn't sealed, then the only thing that was holding him back were the humans around, honestly. He had a hard time because the villains were using humans as bait to hold him back. But if there were no humans in Shibuya, then he would just basically destroy everybody in the flash. Yeah. He's not the whole anymore if he comes back. He's whole again though. Shoko stitched him back up. Like, he was cut in half, and then Yuta used his body and it's all complete again. I think one thing that I'm really confused about was the Takaba Kenjaku one. I think the reason why we're so not satisfied is because they did not wrap the Kenjaku Takaba one was a ride. I think towards the end it felt so random, but still felt worth reading. Kenjaku being one of the main villains that is a part of why everything went to shit, right? Like, he died and then he's alive with Takaba, and then they just left it at that. So I think that's one of the most unsatisfying things. Like, he's an evil villain. He did it for the funsies. He was just curious. He started the culling games. He started the Shibuya incident. A lot of people lost their lives, and you're telling me he's just alive, eating at a diner with Takaba? But I can see, okay, I might be overthinking this. Knowing Gege probably is intentional, because Kenjaku's reasoning behind Shibuya incident and the culling games is to, I just want to see what it looks like if, we leveled up to, leveled up as Jujutsu whatever, this country. I really get his motivations except for the funsies, for fun. I just kind of want to know. He's an evil scientist character. And his ending is being with a comedian because he wanted to do it for the funsies, so now it's full circle. Because honestly, that's literally his motivation. I just wanted to see how it goes. I just wanted to see, what happens if, nothing is holding us back to level up our cursed energy or whatever. That's it. He just wants to see for fun. Because he finds it fascinating. And his ending is he's with a comedian. As a Suguru Geto fan, I'm really salty that his body is still constantly used. Can Kenjaku fucking leave Suguru Geto's body alone? I think as a Suguru Geto fan, I'm so pissed that Suguru's body is still operational. Let him rest, please. Let him rest. My assumption is that Gojo Satoru is buried and he is resting. He died. He lived as a weapon, died as a weapon, lived as a monster, died as a monster. Sure, get him buried, peace. But you're telling me that Suguru Geto's body, which Gojo really badly wanted to bury properly, is still being used? I think that's what pains me. That's what he is so disrespected. For me, it's not Satoru that was disrespected. It's Suguru that was disrespected. Because at least Gojo got to rest. Suguru never got to rest, chat. He never got to rest. Gojo got the better end of that ending. He went out with a bang. Now that I think about it, I'm pissed at that. Gojo evolved into Manananga. After reading, Gege killed Gojo for this. Gojo killed Gege. Male. Gege killed Gojo. I totally understand the reason why he had to die. There's nothing left for him in the world, honestly. He did what he raised the new generation of Jujutsu sorcerers that are strong. They defeated the King of Curses altogether. If you're able to defeat the King of Curses, there's nothing left. Any curse that they defeat is just easy as pie. It's just easy. It's just so easy now. They don't have to worry about anything because they defeated the King of Curses. There's nothing left. Any other curse that comes out is probably just a baby curse. You know what I mean? It's not the same. Tis but a scratch. You wouldn't get it. Which one? Which one loves your t-shirt? I think that's the... Well, it's not the only thing that did not satisfy me. The other thing that I did not get satisfied with was the culling game's conclusion. It felt like there was so much setup for something darker, something deeper. And the only one that actually got a proper ending to their motivations and desires was Gojo Satoru. He had a dream where he wanted to raise the next generation of Jujutsu sorcerers, make sure that they're never alone, like Suguru Geto, so it doesn't happen again. They're always going to be together. Their bond is going to be fucking strong, no matter what, no matter what happens. And so he has nothing to worry about anymore. He did his job. He doesn't have to carry the weight of being the strongest anymore, because the people that are strongest after him are not alone. They're not lonely. Because Satoru has always been so fucking lonely ever since Geto left him. Ever since Suguru left him behind, he was never the same ever again. And one thing that I will praise... I'm gonna be like shooting at random topics now. One thing that I will praise in Gege's writing though, nobody ended up together. Nobody... No romance between the main trio, Nobara, Megumi, Itadori. Nothing. Zero. Like, I think the only one that's confirmed is Kirara... What's his name? Hakari? Kirara and Hakari are... Because they've been like a couple ever since you met them. And then Miwa and Mekamaru, the two... Very obvious that they're like, you know, a thing, or like they like each other. Maki and Yuta are interesting because the final art is that they're shown like Maki has her arms around Yuta, which can like symbolize anything, honestly, but they're very close. Like, you can't deny it. Like, they're very close. Why is no romance good? Because every shonen manga that we see, usually the female characters in shonen manga are used as a sacrifice to propel the protagonist, a love interest. I think in shonen manga, I think we can move past a woman character just being there for love interest. Even though, let's just say, oh, they had a moment... But come on. It's not the same as their male counterparts. I'm just here to listen to Aria. I haven't seen... Thank you, Izzy. Yeah, romance is really not the main focus. Like, while romance is not the main focus of Jujutsu Kaisen, I do think love is a prevailing theme. Like, it can be platonic, it can be romantic, but love and empathy has always been like the prevailing theme of Jujutsu Kaisen for me. I mean, it started with love. Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Yuta was the main protagonist. Yuta cursed Rika, and that's why she didn't get to move on to the afterlife right away, because of his love for Rika. In parallel to Jujutsu Kaisen 0, at the time, like, I'm not saying that romance is not needed, because I think there is room for romance in Jujutsu Kaisen, just not... Knowing Gege's writing is very subtle. Like, he doesn't like to spell things out, even from the very beginning. The way that he writes his characters and he writes the world is very subtle. Like, he wants the reader to connect the dots themselves. He's not a very straight... He doesn't make straightforward, like... He doesn't spell it out for you, basically, which I'm a big fan of. Where was I? Listening while running. Okay, thank you, Jason. Hi, Ellen Joe. Hello. I'm not saying that shipping isn't allowed in shonen manga. As a person who has read My Hero... I didn't finish any of these. My Hero, Naruto... My Hero, Naruto... Watched Bleach, I guess. What are the shonen manga I read? Well, I did watch FMA. I did watch a little bit of Dragon Ball from the old Dragon Ball. I know a lot of shonen manga. What am I talking about? I'm just not thinking about them right now, okay? I'm just not thinking about them right now. Maybe so I'm always concerned for the female characters in a manga or in a shonen because usually they're just there. They don't really do anything. They're kind of part of the fight, but they're not really important. Or they develop a crush with the protagonist, and now their arc is just about having a crush with the protagonist. Probably only there for fan service. I think that's my main complaint in shonen manga. So for the very first time, I've encountered a shonen manga that doesn't really pair the main female, like the trio. Usually when you look at a trio, right, they always end up getting married or some shit. Like the main lead of a female cast always ends up getting with the protagonist, and I feel like Gege not doing that to Nobara is such a breath of fresh air, because I think it gives a good example of that. Women and men can be friends. They can just be friends and they can be close without any romantic tension or romantic feelings. Like, it's just gonna be purely platonic. Pwede kayo maging magbarkada. You guys can be friends and hang out, and it's normal. Imagine, here's the thing. Let's face it, chat. Media affects our POV in real life. The things that we're exposed to from the very beginning, as a young person, will be what do you call this? Will be brought up until the very end of our lives. It is one of the main influencers of our lives. Media, from a child, teen years, adult, anything that we consume will influence it. Ourselves, our POV, whether we like it or not. So imagine you're growing up, and every manga or shonen manga or like everything that's your favorite, you're exposed to, the woman character always ends up with the protagonist. What does that do to our minds? What does that do to our minds? We will not have a healthy example of a platonic relationship with the other gender. You know? Like, I think we should have more examples like that. So I think Nobara, Megumi, Itadori having such a cute friendship is a good example of that for like at least this generation. I can't remember any recent ones with romance. I think it's starting to change. I think if the old, or quote, the old days, the protagonist always has a love interest, then nowadays the recent manga, the recent generation of writers are like, they probably realize it too. Like, I don't think it's a requirement in shonen manga for the protagonist to have a love interest all the fucking time. Now it's not there for at least Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm really proud of that. It's more on betting who wins the shipping wars. Here's the thing. Here's my take on shonen manga. I know there's a couple. I don't. The main reason why that in a lot of shonen manga, the usual popular pairings are Sasuke Naruto, Megumi Itadori, Fushiguro Itadori, Yuji Itadori and Megumi, and Geto and Gojo. The reason why is they actually have a bond. They actually have chemistry. They went through shit. They interact a lot. They are always together. And it's so hard for me, for example, shipping wise, if I wanted to pair Yuji Itadori with Nobara, it's so hard for me to imagine because they don't, their chemistry is so good season 1. Like, but then afterwards she's just gone. She's just gone for the remaining of the season. But Megumi and Itadori had such a really good connection from season 1 up until the very end. So it's so much easier to ship Yuji and Megumi versus Yuji and Nobara. Because the only thing that happened between, like, that's really deep between Nobara and Yuji is just season 1, and then that's it. She disappeared. She's just gone. Like, it's just about the chemistry. It's just about what they went through together. It's the dialogue. It's the interaction. Like, it has to be deeper to be, at least for me, to be shipped. If I wanted romance, I'd raise it 10. I mean, that's the beautiful part, like, of shipping. Like, we can ship anyone. We can practically ship anyone. Fujoshi's in shambles. What do you mean? What do you mean they're in shambles? I literally talked about Itafushi and Suguru, Satosugu. I mean, look, okay. I really want to ship Gojo Satoru and Utahime. I really want to. I really do. I really fucking do. Believe me. They look attractive together. The problem is, Utahime doesn't have anything! You're telling me the strongest character in the fucking universe of JJK is gonna get paired with Utahime that only shows her abilities at the very end and she danced? Like, it has to make sense for me. Like, it has to be... I'm not shitting on Goji Humi. I think they're very attractive. I think they're very cute. Their banter, their teases, the way that Satoru really annoys Utahime is really cute. It's very high school. I have a crush on her, but I don't know I don't know how to deal with it, so I'm gonna annoy her. But if you compare it to Suguru and Satoru, the shit that they went through, I really can't help but just prefer the angst, the tension, we're the strongest, the duo-ness. You know, like, it has to be right there. If the women characters had more roles, had more impact, then maybe the story would be different. But I still prefer Itafushi, Suguru, and Satoru because of the shit that they went through together. It's just that, it's simple math in my head, honestly. I do think romance in shonen is fine. Some of my favorite couples in anime are from shonen, but JJ really... Yeah, I think they didn't... One thing, the reason why I didn't get to finish Naruto was it was too much fillers. Like, I didn't get to read the manga, so I was an anime follower, and I was already at 100+ episodes, and I just gave up because it was so hard to follow. But now JJK came around. A part of me wishes we had fillers. We lacked character interaction. And I think that's the reason why, for me, up until now, the Hidden Inventory arc is probably the best arc in the entire JJK series. Because it had everything. It had interaction, it had establishing of characters, establishing of where they were, the conflict, the climax, and the ending. It had everything that I needed in a story, and it was complete. It had tension, it had drama, it had comedy, it has action, good direction. Even the episode of Hidden Inventory arc is the best. I really think romance in shonen is fine. I'm not stopping anyone from, like, establishing, like, a shonen romance. The problem is that the woman character that is paired with the guy character, or the main lead, doesn't have as much impact in the story. Like, it, and especially if they're written so blah. In Naruto, my favorite characters, not Sakura, not Ino, not Hinata, it's actually Itachi. Itachi is my favorite character. He had impact. He had a plot twist. He also fucking died. He also died. Goku doesn't get a romance, but he did have a son. He has a wife. He has a wife. It wasn't romance, but there was some romance enough for him to get married. It was romance enough to get married. Like, it wasn't the center of attention, but they got married. There's Bulma with Vegeta. There's Gohan with... Shit, what was that lady's name? I forgot. Gohan and with some lady. Yeah, bro, exactly. He has Chi-Chi. Yeah. So, I'm not... Okay, how do I... I'm not saying that shonen should not have romance. What I'm saying is, if they want to have romance, I want the women character to have the same, if not almost, if not the same, at least of equal importance to the story, and have their own agency to the story. I don't want a women character written and then they're just there to be the protagonists, not even affecting the story like too much. I'm just here to be the couple. I'm just here to be fan service. I'm just here to be the love interest. I want a woman. I will say this with my whole heart. Gege actually flopped the female cast of JJK. He wasted JJK. Like, the reason why people were praising the female cast of Jujutsu Kaisen at the very beginning was because compared to the previous female cast of other shonen titles, this was the better one, because they were not love interests. That's how the bar was so low. But to be fair, Nobara had a very, very good scene with Yuji at the end of season 1. She black flashed, and after that, that was it. That was it. They did her dirty at Shibuya arc. She disappeared at the Culling Games. She disappeared up until the very end, where she fucking hammered Sukuna's nail and goes, "Oh papi," and then that's it. And she called it a day. I love Jujutsu Kaisen from the bottom of my heart, but I told you guys I will be unbiased about it. They actually flopped the female cast. The only one that made sense and was so cool was Maki. Maki carried the entire fucking female. Look at this. Utahime. I had no idea what Utahime's skills were up until the very end of chapter 200 plus. Yeah. Nobara and Yuji felt like a younger brother. Yeah, they have very cute sibling energy. And here's the funny shit. Gege is shutting down all, well, not all straight ships, but he or they, sorry, I don't know like Gege's gender, to be honest. They shut down all ships. Well, not all ships. Nobara and Shoko ship. So, number one example, the episode before the Shibuya incident. Nobara found Yuji's old crush in the some kind of major, like Hinata actually pretty important in Naruto's story and had her big moments. Yeah, like I'm not saying like zero romance for shonen. Like for me it has to make sense. The pairing has to make sense. Or you're not written for the sake of being a couple. But I don't like, I'm not a big fan of any pairing. I just like Sasunaru, honestly. Sasunaru, and I call it a day. Like I like their friendship. I like the drama. Like, come back, Sasuke, to the village and they fight till death. And like, yeah. I like that. Like, it has been that tension since they were children. Children! That's the reason why I like Sasuke and Naruto even more, because they had tension from the very beginning. I think I like the establishing tension. Maybe that's why I have my biases. The establishing tension was... Hell! They kissed! They kissed at the very beginning, chat. Sasuke and Naruto already kissed. Anyway... Orihime had unique abilities that were pretty powerful. Sure, she's a fighter, but a power unique importance to the universe. JJK didn't do anything interesting for the... Yeah, exactly. It's so sad that Nobara had such big potential. And it makes you wonder if it's because Nobara had such an OP ability. Wait, let me finish the first topic. The topic that I want to talk about is that Gege shut down Nobara and Yuji pairing when they did the episode on where a woman had a crush on Yuji, and then Nobara, you know, trying to help them be together, and then Nobara's like, oh shit, why is my heart like, what is this sharp pain in my chest? And then at the end of the episode she goes, oh, I see how I feel. Like, she spoke to Megumi. It's because it pains me to know that Yuji would have a girlfriend first before I have a boyfriend. and then done. Like, Gege almost teased a Yuji Nobara couple, but he actually intended that episode or like that chapter to shut down the Yuji Nobara pairing. Second, Shoko Suguru or Shoko Satoru. Shoko is like the silent MVP. She's the only one that can use RCT that will probably like revive people in a reverse curse technique. So Shoko is so sad because Suguru and Satoru are dead, and those two act as if they didn't have any other friends aside from Shoko. Like they were supposed to be a trio, but Shoko is always the one that's like forgotten by Suguru and Satoru. And then she mentioned in one of the chapters on how she'd probably be frozen to death, or you wouldn't caught me dead falling in love with either of you. So Gege for some reason inserts these messages to the viewers and readers like, I'm not gonna guys, I did not fall in love with Satoru or Suguru. And I don't know why that is. Like, I wonder why that was important. I honestly felt like, story-wise, it didn't make sense to put it there unless the writer wanted to tell the viewer something or wanted to tell the reader something. Because honestly, he could have just left that be and allow the shippers to ship Suguru Shoko or Satoru Shoko. Like, I don't think it would stop the shippers anyway. I think Suguru Shoko actually was pretty cute. But it was there. it was there. It didn't prompt like a conversation. Nobody even asked Shoko like, were you in love with anyone? No, she just said it by herself. They were kids, Aria. I know they were. Gege hates romance absolutely, unless the pair is dead like Yuta and his girlfriend. Yeah, I think the only canon one is Hakari and Kirara and a little bit of Miwa and Mekamaru, and then the rest are just, are they platonic, are they romantic? You guys know this. I am more of the camp of romantic Suguru and Satoru. That's my camp. Romantic Sugu Sato. Sato Sugu. Labas ka sa bahay mo, Gege Sato. I don't think he hates romance. Actually, I just think he doesn't like writing romance in a straightforward way. I think he likes it, I think Gege likes it in a way that's a bit more open-ended, not established. I will just leave it to the readers. Here are my words. Here are the characters' words. Here are the characters' actions. But I will not put a label on it, is the thing. And remember what Gojo Satoru said at JJK movie 0? He said, love is the most twisted curse of them all. It's the most twisted curse. The characters shoot down romances, but I don't think it applies to everyone. Like, it only applies to... For some reason, it only applies to the trio that has the most famous BL ship. Itafushi and Sato Sugu. Like, Shoko and Nobara is like, ship. We won't have romantic feelings for either of the two. And then I wonder if it's intentional. But remember, chat, Gege actually reads BL. So let's not forget about that. And it's very natural to have influences in your writing on the art that you consume. Art that inspire you. So remember, Gege reads BL. Not guys, kind of reminds me of Demon Slayer. It ended way too soon. Oh my god, I never get to follow Demon Slayer anymore. Maybe I'm having a hard time liking Tanjiro, chat. I'm a very character-based person. If I'm not attached to any of the characters, then I will not watch the anime. I watched season 2, I watched the Rengoku movie, and up until now, I have a hard time getting attached to anyone. The closest one that I'm attached to is Inosuke. And then, but he's just there. Like, he has moments, he has cool moments, but nothing, no moments have made me cry yet from Inosuke. And I really have to cry to get attached to JJK, Demon Slayer. I'm having a hard time liking Tanjiro as a character. I'm having a hard time attached to Nezuko when she's always in the box. Demon Slayer's plot is simple. JJK made me feel like I'm reading a physics book. Yeah, I think the reason why I really like JJK is because there's more than meets the eye. Like, they'll say something, but you have to analyze it yourself to come up to a conclusion. Demon Slayer more like Demon Bumble. I know a lot of people really like and love Demon Slayer, so I really can't say anything about it aside from my own personal experience that I'm having a hard time getting attached to any of the characters. I literally hate how they force feed us Rengoku. Rengoku had a very wonderful moment. Sorry for your loss, Rengoku fans. Yo, anyone remember Toji? How could I forget about Toji? The daddy! The daddiest of daddies! Oh my god, Toji. Toji's fault, honestly. Toji was pretty cool. I don't know how Gege does it, but Toji only appeared like 2 episodes alive? Was it? Yeah, I think he only appeared like 2 episodes or 3 episodes alive. And then the one time he was dead because he was summoned. And then he had this line and managed to talk to Megumi for one time and killed himself. And he said, you know, like, so your last name is Fushiguro, huh? Not Zenin. And then he kills himself. And then Megumi's like, huh? Yeah, Toji's appearance was short, but very impactful nonetheless. He is so cool. He's there, and he created like such a big impact on Satoru and Suguru. Toji stock shot through. He's definitely one of the popular characters as well. Even though I think that's one thing I'll praise Gege, the way that he creates characters. Even though they have this short appearance, you get easily like you feel things for them, whether it's hate, annoyance, or love. Even though it's short, Gege does a pretty good job at that. Like, Gege has talent in making characters. Maybe not wrapping up a story properly, but I'll take it than the legacy being ruined. What other things that doesn't make me satisfied? Suguru not getting buried properly, which is Gojo's wish as well. He never got to do that. Yeah, Gege is good at creating characters, but doesn't have much talent using them for longer durations. I think the biggest example is fumbling Nobara's character from part of the main trio. But Gege made up for it by having Maki have a badass scene and have an Itachi moment, killed the entire Zenin clan, and is part of the Sukuna fight. You notice right in Shibuya incident, the only woman character that was actually involved in any of the fights was Mei. Mei. Yeah, her. But she wasn't part of like the big animated fights. Like, she was just Kaka Crow, and then she disappears to Malaysia. So that's one woman character down in the Shibuya incident. Nobara had the most embarrassing fight in the Shibuya incident. My god, she went from badass to fighting the cursed wombs. The death paintings. Black Flash with Yuji Itadori. And then she was never part of any cool badass fights anymore. That was the one-time thing, and then she just disappears. And not only disappears, her fight against the what's the name of that person? The blonde-haired guy that has a hand with a sword, and then he has lives. So whenever he dies, he doesn't die. Like, he just goes, he lives again. Nababawasan, like his lives just he's like a video game character which has lives basically on his face. Nobara, I'm pretty sure Nobara has decent speed, but they made her look like an idiot against the blonde-haired character. And then Nita was basically tortured by this blonde-haired character. And guess who saves the day? Nanami. And Megumi has a cool fight. Yuji has a lot of cool fights with Mahito. And then the last member of the trio, Nobara, had her swinging her hammer and then missing so slow. Like, it wasn't even like a cool fight where I'm gonna swing fast and then this person's gonna dodge fast. No, it's like slow motion dodge. She had a cool moment with Mahito, and then Mahito ran away. And I on paper, I felt like, is the reason why Gege had to kill off Nobara for the entirety of the story is because her resonance is actually really strong. Just like Gojo Satoru, the Culling Games would have been over, chat. If Gojo was not sealed for the entirety of the Culling Games would be like 3 chapters. He would teleport from one colony from another and like just gather all the points and then, okay guys, I'm done with the points. What do I do? ML power scale in JJK is 2/3 stage, curse energy, volume, and black flash. Yeah, true. Curse energy and then black flash. Maki really fucking carried the female cast. Utahime did not show any abilities up until the one chapter only, up the very end. And you know what she did? She fucking powered up Satoru. That's all she did. That's all she did! Gege is so good at creating characters. Like, characters that are, like, not stereotypical. Especially the women characters. But still falls into a trap of not knowing what to do with these characters. These female characters. So, on paper, I'm mad. But also, on the other hand, I'm happy what they did with Maki. She has an arc. She has her own training arc at the Culling Games. She was a part of the Sukuna fight. So, at least that. Thank you so much. Thank God. If Maki wasn't around for the Zenin massacre, for the Naoya fight, for the Sukuna fight, I would have lost my shit and put Jujutsu Kaisen in the pile of wasted anime cast. To be fair, it's still wasted. Mei just whatever. Utahime just whatever. The Kyoto school! The Kyoto branch! They're so bad except for Todo. The Shibuya incident arc was so bad for the Kyoto school people. Holy shit. It was an embarrassment. Like, actually at the very beginning when Miwa appeared, she was actually going to be my second favorite female character next to Nobara. But Shibuya incident, she fucking did a binding vow to never swing a sword again. And then it doesn't even hit. And then she can't ever swing a sword again. I feel like the author should be able to do something more creative than just to kill people. It's very hard. It's very hard. Like, I feel like the characters Gege created, I can tell that they felt a little trapped. Because there's a very powerful character. There's Nobara being an ultimate counter to Sukuna and Mahito. They really had to seal both at Shibuya incident. or else the Culling Games would have been much easier. I like how Gojo lost to Sukuna was at least an interesting way to write around his ability. By having the dismantle not attack Gojo, but the area Gojo is actually pretty good. Yeah, I think... I will be honest with you guys. When it was Curse Technique explanation and Cursed Energy explanation, I was not reading all of that. I was binging chapters and I was exhausted. So when there was like a layer of text of just small text and there's just so much, I was like, I'll save it for the anime. I'll save it for the anime. Like, I will save some for the anime. So for the manga readers that are sad that it's done, we still have the anime to look forward to. How do they animate the Zenin Massacre? How will they animate the Culling Games? How will they animate the... Oh, fuck. You know what I forgot from the female cast? Yuki! Yuki! What the fuck? Yuki... Yuki had probably one of the most badass scenes, like from the female cast, against Kenjaku. The problem is she did a black hole, killed herself, and Kenjaku was still around. She didn't even get to use her domain expansion. You know how sad that is? I think only Mekamaru only got a spotlight for him. Yeah. I wonder if he watched Akame ga Kill anime took inspiration for that. I never got to watch Akame ga Kill. Pain screeches. Yuki was so badass. She had massive potential. And I was expecting Yuki to actually be a part of the final fight. But one thing that I think they did right was I'm glad that Yuki and Kenjaku fought, because I think out of all the people that was supposed to fight Kenjaku, and also I think one of the people that was supposed to fight Suguru is actually Yuki, because Yuki is the one that gave ideas and agency to Suguru to break free from his depressed state. And also Yuki and Kenjaku had decent rivalry in Shibuya incident, just that they didn't really fight too much. They had a conversation fight. Akame ga Kill is literally the story almost all the MCs lose. Ah, naruhodo. Moshi moshi, hi Wako! God, I feel empty. I feel so empty, chat. I can't believe it's over. I'm so not satisfied with it. Okay, do I like the ending for what it is? I think there was supposed to be more. I think the chapter was supposed to be longer. I think here are some stories that aren't wrapped up. The Jujutsu sorcerers that got kidnapped by America. The barrier. Okay, they kind of like, dude, the America part is crazy, by the way. The America part of Kenjaku's plan, the meeting the leaders for them to like attack Japan, was like a little bit of politics. It ended today. Yeah, it ended today. Mommy Yuki, I know, she's so cool, right? What if they do a spin-off? They are releasing a movie though, the Hidden Inventory arc, and the Shibuya incident. They're gonna release a movie in 2025, and I think they're gonna add a couple of scenes and make it a movie. Dude, they're not gonna let Hidden Inventory arc rest. How about reading manhwas? What manhwas have I read? I think oh my god. I felt like a slice of life protagonist in my life in another country. There was I won't say which country it was, but there was a period of time my vessel lived in another country for 1 month due to business affairs, and their train system is really nice, but the commute from apartment to workplace was 1 hour. So there was a period of time I was into manhwas, and every time I would get on the train work and back home both times, I would just be reading manhwas on the train. I felt like I was in Japan. It wasn't Japan, by the way. I wish it was, but I wasn't in Japan. I was in another Asian country that had a really good train system. I was reading manhwas all throughout. Like, it felt like the train felt like peace to me. It wasn't like MRT Sardinas. Sorry, this is like taking shots at the Manila transportation system. But at the time, I realized, holy shit, commuting back home can actually be a relaxing moment. The sound of the train, the cold aircon, reading manhwas, and then hearing your stop, and then, oh, my stop is like 2 stops away soon. And then just time would just fly for an hour just reading manhwas. I used to be all caught up with Solo Leveling a few years ago. Then I got bored. Would you guys believe what my favorite I actually like horror manhwas. I don't like isekai manhwas. Oh god. Do you guys know Killing Stalking? Killing Stalking is the only manhwa I bought. Like, I actually bought all the episodes, all the volumes of Killing Stalking. Anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, there's so much to say. If I were to rank all the arcs, I'd still think Hidden Inventory arc is probably their best work. I think it wasn't dragging. I think the reason why Hidden Inventory arc was so good was because it only involved a few characters. They were able to focus on one story, on set characters, and that's it. Shibuya Incident arc it was supposed to be like Infinity War, and Calling Games was probably Calling Games into Shinjuku Showdown. Sorry, Shinjuku Showdown was supposed to be Endgame. I think that's what they were aiming for. Because Shibuya Incident, Infinity War. How did Infinity War go again? Like, you know, everybody combined to save Satoru Gojo. And then it's all gonna go down because all the curses are here set up from season 1. Sorry, all the cursed users, cursed spirits are here. Blah, blah, blah. Calling Game had a lot of really good moments. I think they had Yuta. God, Yuta's glow up is so good, actually. I guess one pain from being a manga reader to an anime watcher is seeing the same scene play out twice. Are we ready to see Gojo sliced in half again? I guess it's the only heartbreaking thing, no? The Gojo death? I don't even know they're gonna animate the Takaba Kenjaku fight, honestly. Where he has like an American flag or an eagles around him or something like that. Can you guys recommend me any... I started Kagurabachi earlier today, by the way. I heard Fujoshi really love Kagurabachi, so I decided to start it. I really trust the taste of Fujoshi's, honestly. Am I a Fujoshi? I actually really don't know. My BL phase never really came back. I think when I was living in that country for another country for a month, I was really like badly into BL. But then it never came back. Like, it was only for like 3 months BL, and then now I'm waiting for my BL phase to come back, but it never really returned. It's been like 5 years. You know it? Maybe once a BL, always a BL lover, you know? But I've never really had the urge to. Like, I think my reasoning for why I ship Satoru Suguru is because it made sense to me. It's not really because it's a BL ship, but because it's a ship that makes sense in my brain. Like, it has nothing to do with my love for BL and why I ship those two. Because I think those two just really make sense to me. Yuta carried the whole arc. Sorry. God, I suddenly remembered the fight of Megumi and that dude. Oh god. There was a... Do you guys remember the Megumi fight with the dude that can procure anything out of receipts that he bought? So if he like if he has a receipt for a car, like a car would come out. Dude, when the Culling Games characters arrived, the receipt dude, Takaba, the sumo wrestler, the samurai, you know, all of these other side characters, in my brain, I'm like, does Gege not care about the manga anymore? Are they okay? Are they just making random stuff up now, like just to have fun with it? Like, I was really lost during Culling Games, with some of the characters there, but honestly, it still made sense towards the very end. I didn't know you were a VTuber. Yes, I am a VTuber. Hi. If you like horror, Dark Gathering is good. I'm down. Let me write that down, actually. Dark Gathering. I guess the main question now, what are my top 5 anime of all time? For me, the bar of ending a manga that is a perfect ending has to be Full Metal Alchemist. That's the bar of an ending for me, where everything came together at the very end. They had an Avengers Infinity Endgame War style of an ending, and then after the end, it all wrapped up. Like, everybody got an ending that made sense for their character. Like, no loose ends. There were no stories that were left undone, untouched. There were no mysteries. All the characters got the ending that made sense to them. Scar was out for revenge, now joins the military and will change it from the inside. Roy Mustang never got to be Fuhrer because it made sense because he's too young, but he's still a soldier. I guess everyone got the ending that made sense. Everybody got a highlight to their ending. And I think the reason why we were so unsatisfied with Jujutsu Kaisen's ending was because I don't think everyone got the closure that we wanted. Revenge of the Iron-Blooded Sword. Revenge... Blooded Sword. Okay. I'm going to restart My Hero Academia. I think I'm going there. So, here are my top 5 best titles of all time. This can be both manga and anime. Full Metal Alchemist and Code Geass. Those are my only 2 anime in my list at the moment that I consider the best of all time, in my opinion, in my personal preference. Where I watched the ending and I'm like, what? That's it? You know, like, I want an ending where it felt like there wasn't anything left to do. Yeah, I think the reason why Gojo's death was satisfying for me because there's nothing left for him in the world. He did everything. He was able to achieve his dream. He was able to reach his goals. He was able to join Suguru in heaven at the airport. I think one thing that he never got to do is bury fucking Suguru properly. That's it. He wasn't able to do that, unfortunately. That's it. But at the end of the day, his death made sense to me. The ending made sense for me. here in JJK, there are so many loose ends that I just felt like it was too... Like, I enjoy Gege's writing when they let the viewers decide or figure out on their own on like how is it supposed to be interpreted. But if it's too much, like the Takaba Kenjaku one, that's too much. I don't like that. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, the Sukuna Gauntlet is finally over. I have the same feel as the KNY ending for JJK. Yeah, it ended prematurely, right? I agree. Will we give JoJo a try? We'll see. I will see. JoJo gave me anxiety on the very first 2 episodes where they killed the dog and I got anxiety. Like, I couldn't breathe. I was having sweaty hands. I'm very sensitive to like animals. There was even an anime where I watched episode 1 and they tortured a dog and I just didn't watch it anymore. Anything related to pets and dogs, I can't. I won't be able to do that. Apparently there is more stuff like that on another dog, putang ina. Like that's not the only case of animal cruelty in JoJo. Like there is probably 1 or 2 more. And I read the reasoning behind the author on why it had to be done. Because apparently it's so easy to hate on villains that are cruel to animals. And that makes sense for me. But honestly, that doesn't cut it for me. That doesn't cut it. Like I don't want animals to be used. I don't want my feelings for animals to be used to hate a character. Okay. True, FMA ended with its honor intact. Kind of hard to think of another manga with the same satisfying. Exactly. What's another? Code Geass had a very satisfying ending for me. It was so satisfying. Like, I'm such a Lelouch lover, but it made so much sense for him to take in all the hate and get killed by Suzaku because they needed to atone for their sins. They needed to release this world of what they've done. Because honestly, what Lelouch did, he did so many bad things. But at the same time, he wanted to give up already. But also, the only thing that made sense for him was to keep going with his lie as Zero. Because he, at some point, what he was doing at the time wasn't affecting Nunnally anymore. It started with Nunnally, but so many other people are affected by what he's doing. So, might as well not be selfish anymore, not just do this for Nunnally, and just do this for everybody else. And that ending was so satisfying to me. Callan was able to like, what do you call this? Callan was able to go back to school and live as a half Britannian, half Nihonjin. Nunnally and Suzaku are now like the leaders of Britannia, I suppose. No, of Area 11, my bad. Was it Area 11? No, of the Black Knights, and Nunnally is the leader. And therefore the people in power, the system may still be corrupt, but the people in power can slowly and gradually change everything. Basically all the hate went to Lelouch, and even though, let's just say, it's such a naive thing to think that war is not gonna happen anymore. But everything that they fought for from the beginning of season 1 was basically resolved. Can I say the same thing for Attack on Titan? If you guys are probably wondering, why is Attack on Titan not part of my top 5? I think it's an incredible anime, but I just did not feel anything. I need to be attached to the characters to actually feel for the story. Have I seen Rosie of the Recapture? I've seen it, but I've not watched the last episode. The last 2 episodes, not yet. Animal cruelty is a big no-no. Yeah. JJK, I'm really happy to see Panda. I'm really happy to see Panda alive too. I skipped his backstory, by the way. What are your thoughts of the new Code Geass? It's just finished streaming apparently. Oh, that's a good question. I don't think they can replicate the same effect anymore, is how I feel. I think at this point, they're just trying to expand the Code Geass universe and hopefully it'll hit again. But the legacy that Lelouch or the first and second season of Code Geass was able to establish is very hard to top or equal even. I watched Akito, I watched all the Lelouch movies, including Resurrection. And they're all just fan services at this point. I think even Kaguya tuloy. Rosie of the Recapture had potential. But I think with 12 episodes, they're not able to tell the story what they wanted. I think it was just fan service at this point. I just think Code Geass is a popular franchise. It just refuses to be dead because it's a waste. I don't think it's incredible. I don't think Rosie of the Recapture is incredible. I think it's just a fun time. I haven't finished it yet, but I already think it's just okay. It's a fun time though. I'm not saying don't watch it, it's bad. I think it's just a fun time. Is Jujutsu Kaisen part of my top 5 now? Imagine with all the anime and manga that I've read and I've watched. Yeah, I think it is. I think it should be in my top 5. I think it belongs to... I don't think it's top 1 though. I think my top 1 is FMA. And then next is Code Geass. Because I think Code Geass has a lot... Sometimes they're shock factors just for the sake of shock factors at this point. But I do think they all blended really well. Top 3... I think JJK is my 3rd now. Now I don't have anything for my 4th and 5th. Imagine, chat. My vessel has lived through some shit. So watched so much anime. Read so much manga. Even read a couple of non-ones. And only 3 titles are in my top 5. I don't think it needs to be occupied now. My 4th and my 5th. I don't think it should be occupied at the moment. Maybe it'll come. Yeah, the Nightmare Rattles are decent. Hi, I'm eating hot dog. Have a fun time eating your hot dog. Nobody can make another Lelouch. What was my problem again with AOT? Why it's not my top 5? I just think I wasn't attached to any of the characters, and I've it's a smart show though. I appreciate how they connect a lot of things together. I just wasn't attached to any of the characters. I feel so empty, chat. What? I feel like Gege. I guess lastly before I end the stream, go read Go Loser Ranger then. Oh, I watched Go Loser Ranger in anime. I really like that one. That one's clever too. But as usual, I'm not attached to the characters. I really like the story though. I never finished it yet. I only stopped at around the exam or some shit where they're at the parking lot. I think I stopped there. I like the plot twist, but as usual, I'm not attached to any of the characters. I have no favorite. I'm just riding along and enjoying the ride. I'm very character-based, chat. I'm very character-based. If I'm not attached to any of the characters, then I'm just in for the ride, even if it's a good story. Hunter x Hunter! I watched the original. I watched Greed Island. I think it was so convoluted for me to understand, and I really like Killua though. Killua's my favorite. Who doesn't like Killua? Freyren. Freyren. Do I have a heart of stone? If I didn't... I watched Freyren for 3 episodes. And I wasn't attached. I'm sorry. I know it's like one of the best right now. And I think Freyren saved the fantasy genre. Maybe I'm just not in a point in my life where I would appreciate Freyren. One thing that Gege, what I noticed from Gege, I feel like I can feel what they wanted to say through Gojo's words. You know what Gojo said at the very last chapter, right? When he spoke with Yuji? Don't you guys have enough of Gojo Satoru? He has love and dreams too. He just doesn't want to be forgotten. Eventually there's gonna become a strongest. And I don't know why I interpreted it as... And then Yuji starts to say, why are you out of character? He actually calls out Gojo on it. Then eventually somebody is gonna be stronger. And I wonder if that's Gege saying, even though maybe there's gonna be a new character, a new it boy like Gojo Satoru, another strongest of them all from another manga eventually in the future, I hope you don't forget about Gojo Satoru. That's what I understood though. Like the community gives Gege so much flack about the words that I would read about how Gege hates Gojo, Gege hates the manga, Gege hates JJK at this point. And I will never know Gege. I don't know this person, but I do know work is a reflection of the artist. And even though, you know, people are saying a bunch of shit to Gege but how he hates JJK, I do think there is a feeling of accomplishment to still create something incredible where people cried. Mappa did a fantastic job animating your work. Like, if this is Gege's most famous work, by the way. Like, this took off. This is I can say that this is successful. Like, no matter how unsatisfying the ending was for some people or for me, I think this is a success for years to come. Like, people will not forget about Gojo Satoru or Yuji. I don't think anyone will forget about Sukuna as well. Like, the ending that Sukuna did about how he's willing to change. I think Gege's writing touched a lot of hearts, even though, you know, like, it didn't feel enough. But I think the message was already there. After Gojo died, Rimuru shot up to the most powerful ranking. I guess in a world where there's so much work, like there's so much anime now, there's so much manga, there's so much content in the world, I hope you don't forget about Gojo Satoru. I don't think I'll ever forget about Gojo Satoru though. I watched Apothecary Diaries. I'm actually caught up to the manga of Apothecary. But I'm not caught up to the light novel though. I had the same reaction as Mahito after Sukuna admitting his loss. For someone who was the apex of arrogance, he turned soft after losing. Because Sukuna realized that he lost. Arrogance was never the answer. But being more empathetic to people and being part of people's world is the answer to winning. In the end, when Gojo said, "Nah, I'd win," he actually won. His dreams won. His students won. His students are the extension of him, and therefore he really won. Even though he didn't win individually, it really... Gojo is the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. You know how crazy it is for the strongest to rely on other people? You know how crazy the writing is on how Gojo Satoru is always sent into solo missions to deal with shit. Ever since Suguru left, he's always been alone. He always has been alone. And knowing that he's the strongest, he can't really rely on anyone. Relying on anyone is a moment of weakness. And how can you rely on anyone if you're the only one that's the strongest in the world? So the ending of Satoru dying and passing the responsibility to the next generation for the very, very, very first time is crazy. Why is it that Satoru was the only one that had to deal with the Shibuya incident? Like, everyone was there, but he was the only one that was dealing with the... He was the one who dealt with Shibuya incident first. Like, oh, yeah, Gojo's on the way. Oh, by the way, Shibuya was taken over. Gojo, you can go on ahead. We'll follow. That's literally the thing that I got. The thing that I understood. And honestly, it's almost the same thing as the Shinjuku incident, the Shinjuku showdown. But I think it's different. I think Gojo... I wonder if Gojo started trusting everyone after the Shibuya incident. Because he was trapped for the entire duration. Without Gojo Satoru, they were still able to pull through. Kind of interesting to me that MHA and JJ have the same similarities. I'm going to read MHA. I'm going to read that. Aria, please drink water. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, even if the characters didn't get the endings that they want, I do think Gege was still able to establish the message that they wanted to share in the ending. And it's really empathy. It's empathy. And it's empathy. And like being able to like now the learnings of Gojo are in Yuji's hands or in the trio's hands. I still think it was an okay ending. It was just not enough of an ending. I don't think it was a bad ending. I don't think it's the worst ending ever. I don't think it was a bad ending as well. I think it was the best ending for Gojo Satoru though. For everyone else, it's not. If you have a favorite character aside from Gojo Satoru, then it's bad news for you. It's shit. But if you acknowledge that Gojo Satoru is actually the main character and Sukuna is the main antagonist of JJK, then you'll really have a fun time. I'm okay with it. I like the ending. It's not the best, but I like the ending. It closes Gojo's character. It passes the responsibility of the strongest to the next generation, which is the trio. It's not the Six Eyes Limitless anymore. It's the trio, because they've defeated the King of Curses. What else is there to do? Any other curses? And Yuji shows empathy even to other curse users. Like you saw, like he saw how dark and grim the person that was arrested, that was like doing like the curse thing on the woman, and Yuji notices this, and he went near him and went, "Hey, don't be so grim. As long as you're admitted to you acknowledge your mistake, I think you can still change. And that's what matters. You acknowledge that you're wrong. And then I expect great things from you." Like he said the same line that Satoru told Yuji. And I think that's beautiful. I think Yuji, next to Satoru and Suguru, Yuji is probably... Well, not probably. Yuji is my favorite character. My favorite protagonist of all shonen. Yeah, Gojo and Yuji are the main characters. That's it. Makes me wonder who's the kid with Sukuna at the end. Oh, that's Urame. Uruame is like a student of Sukuna. So I can totally see the parallels of Sukuna seeing Gojo lose, but yet he lost to his students. So he went north because according to, I guess, Buddhism, you go north if you wanna change, I think, or if you wanna grow. So Sukuna changes his direction and decides to change. And if he had a different chance in life, he would probably be a better mentor to Urame. And that makes me wonder, there might be some sort of parallels going on with Gojo and Sukuna. Like, if you think about it, Gojo is the king of sorcerers, and Sukuna is the king of curses. And they did the one-on-one in Shinjuku. Gojo lost, but Sukuna lost ultimately in the end of the students. So then that's what he realized. Like, the one who actually taught... That's why at the end, at the airport scene, Gojo was like, yeah, Sukuna didn't really give me his all. The one that would teach Sukuna about love is Yuji. In the end, even though the entire manga or JJK's theme did not have outright romantic love. あれ? ちょっと待って. Sorry, family calling. Mute. What do you call this? Even in the end, that even though it wasn't about romantic love, I do think JJK was actually about love. Because imagine, Gojo lost to a fight. A very shonen fight. But in the end, he mentions, Sukuna didn't give me all he got. The one who teaches him about love is ... And the one who actually changed him is Yuji from his cute domain expansion. So even if it's a fight anime, it was about love. In the end, it was about love, my lovely citizens. The message was really great. I think even if there were question marks at the end, the message was still there. And I really appreciate Gege for that. And that is the reason why I think, finally, after Code Geass and Full Metal Alchemist being my only top 2 anime in my top 5, we can finally say, or I can finally say and confidently welcome Jujutsu Kaisen in my list of top 5 anime of all time. Welcome, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm happy to have you. I realize like I only have top 3 even though I watch so much. At least Gege kept his promise about the main group. It was either only one of them die or only one lives in the end. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm so sad. I'm really, truly so sad. I think I'm gonna end the stream soon because I need to eat. But before I stop the stream, I want to say thank you guys for joining me. I really don't have anyone to talk to about this, and I will admit that I've joined a couple of Discords to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Nah, Sukuna already understood it even without... Really? Ooh. Why do you think that? I wanna hear your opinion on it, because I definitely need another perspective. Because the way that I understood it is that Yuji Yuji. Huh. Now that I think about it, Sukuna has always been alone as well. But except for Urame, like they're always together. Still gotta play that Curse Clash game, yeah. I'll wait for you, Ragana, to share your opinion on how Sukuna already understood empathy or the struggle of human life. You know, I think that's what I really appreciate about Gege's writing. Yuji's character has always been consistent since day one. Since chapter 1. It felt more like Sukuna understood Yuji, but he didn't want to accept someone he saw beneath him. He didn't want to accept humans, basically. Well, because he's like the embodiment of curses. He didn't want to accept humanity. But in the end, I think he wanted to choose humanity now. I think that was the, honestly, Sukuna... While I was rewatching FMA, even though Gege did not outright say that, oh, I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist, I'm pretty sure Mahito... Envy had a lot of similarities with Mahito. Envy is made up of human souls, because that's, you know, Philosopher's Stone. But Mahito, Envy also had like souls with him, right? And then he could transfigure at any shape or form as well, similar to Mahito. Yeah, Urame was the reason for that. And I think he only partially realized because he lost. He wouldn't realize it. Because I think it was a battle of ideals, right? Like which ideals were stronger. And in the end, it was Yuji and the gang's ideals were stronger. Humanity was much stronger. So in the end, Sukuna was like, alright. You guys win. I guess I'm humbled. He had a scene with Yorozu where he was pretty confident saying to her that he already understood it, while also flashing a mischievous smirk. I wonder if he thinks he understood it. Cause I get that though, like, I hate it when somebody tells me something I already know. Especially if I've lived 1,000 years. I've lived... And maybe that's the reason as well. I feel like Sukuna has... When he is inside someone's body, right? He actually lives the memories of that person. So being inside the kindest person known to man... I was looking at it the other way around all this time. So I was thinking of the struggle of Yuji, like, you're the nicest person in the entire world, but someone inside your heart is the most evil person of the entire world. How do you deal with that struggle? But in the end, the ending was, Sukuna, you literally are inside the kindest person known to man. How do you retain your evilness? And I think the ending really showed me it was supposed to be the other way around. Yuji was unmoving. Sukuna was unmoving to some extent up until the very end. He instead was the one who was moved. Getting jumped by every character in the series. It took so much to kill him though. I will say one thing that pissed me off so fucking much is that Sukuna only won because of Mahoraga. Sukuna would have lost without Mahoraga, man. Like, I'm seeing all the memes during the chapter when Mahoraga was the one that gave Gojo a fucking hard time. It wasn't Sukuna that was making it hard. It was Mahoraga, it wasn't Sukuna. And I think I think Satoru trash talked Sukuna as well. Like, you guys look like an alien baby family, and then everyone was basically trash talking him. Like the community was like, poor Sukuna, what a little baby, can't fight Satoru without his parents. Oh, Sukuna has to cry for Mahoraga for help. What a fucking weakling. Not gonna lie, that gave me the impression that Sukuna is actually fucking weak. Save me, Mahoraga! Oh my god, I can't handle Satoru! Ah, wow, wow, wow. It's true though. Without Mahoraga, Sukuna would have died a long time ago. Maybe that's what made it so annoying that Gojo lost, because it wasn't even a 1v1. It was a 1v3. It was a 1v3 chat. And the frustration of everyone to fucking join the fight. Like, bro, I think it was Yuta? Was it Yuta that said like, bro, like, oh my god, it's a 1v3. We should totally join him. But because of Gojo's powers in general, he's default isolated. If you join the fight, you'll probably just make it worse for him. But it's so unfair. Like, it was supposed to be a 1v1. What the fuck? Where's Mahoraga there? Honestly, I feel like that fire blast he did that almost killed everyone could have killed Gojo. Maybe. Gege wrote himself into a corner. I think so too. It's very hard to create the strongest character. But out of all the strongest character alive, I think Gojo is probably my favorite. Ah, Gojo, I'll never forget about you. I'll never forget about you. Do you guys know I made a cover? I think I'll upload it on Shorts instead. I will mute this. You guys want to listen to my cover? You guys want to listen to my cover, chat? Say yes, say yes. I made a JJK ending song cover. Guy literally has I did not bother reading a lot of the power explanation on that fight. Gojo should have just made a vow and sacrificed his 6 eyes for a second life. Yeah. A part of me wishes Gojo lived, but writing-wise, it just made sense for him to die. Because he had the airport scene. I really love that airport scene so much. He was Suguru. No, I didn't do a eulogy for Gojo, okay? I just had a cover song, okay? It's a more comfortable song for me to sing because it's a guy song. I can only sing guy songs. You guys want to listen to it? I'll mute it after the stream because I don't want to get copyrighted. Yes? Okay, okay. ちょっと待っててね. I hope you guys like the cover. Let me stop this song. I want to post it, but I'll probably post it as a short. Here. Listen, listen. 僕に正義が壊れてゆく前君に全部告げるべきだった夜が終わってどっかでの生活不安なくした街かすめる明る仕方がないと言えるのそれまでだってでもなんだか割に合わないのにないなどこにでもある水のどこにしかないことに気づくつながらない話でもってつぶやかられた過去が赤に見せて海の暗い頭暗い今日は最後に楽しもののない愛抱きしめている海の暗い頭暗い今日は全部いい気分ここあんたくらい面倒くさい全部消えない記憶をはかない消えない無理をないそうかい夢のない明日はどこよ Owari! I was just really inspired by JJK, so I wanted to sing that song. Owari, Owari! Gojo dying was a good move for me. Like, everyone thinking that if Gojo was there, it makes it better. Then him dying suddenly adds a good twist. Yeah, I think he was supposed to die eventually. Even at the very beginning, I really thought that Gege would have a hard time writing Gojo, but I think Gege did a good job. I sing for Gojo! Yeah! Yeah, 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 yeah. I really like guy songs. I think it suits my voice a bit more. But I did struggle with the beginning though. It's over, chat. Oh yeah, I will. So, I don't have anyone to talk to in a more calm way. I joined a lot of Discords to talk about JJK, but a lot of the groups are a lot of anger and a lot of... It's like Twitter on Discord where this is shit. Gege is an ass writer. You know, like it feels like you can't really have a proper conversation with these people. Not to generalize, I'm sure there's a lot, but it's a bit difficult to enter the Discord and like have a bit of a calm discussion, which is why I did this. Yeah, the cover is half finished though. I think it's only TV sized, so that I can post it on a short. Mataku. So sad. But I think it was a good way to end it. It was a good way to end it. Not the best way, but I don't think it was a bad one. I think people... I don't want to discredit other people's opinion, but I think some takes are exaggerating a bit too much. I think calling it the worst ending in a while in Shonen is not true. I think it just wasn't the best. It did feel like it was a bit too rushed. I feel like there were a lot of holes that weren't covered, and that's the reason why it feels unsatisfying. But if the intention of the author was to only close the main characters' story arc, which is Yuji and Gojo Satoru, and send the message of empathy, then cool. I think the message was sent and received. It's not the best ending though. I wouldn't call it a satisfying ending. I wouldn't call it a great ending, but I don't think it was the worst ending. I was actually expecting, if I'm not a writer, but if I wanted to piss people off, I would have created a bad end, and I would actually say in the end that the merger happened and everyone was living in a dream, but it's not actually reality. Like, remember how Kenjaku said dreams and reality, blah blah blah? I would have assumed that the merger happened, everybody was dreaming, everybody is alive, but they're not living real life. And then the end would be that. And I feel like that would be worse. I would feel very bad for the protagonist. But at the same time, I thought JJK was supposed to be horror. I suppose it was supposed to be dark. But I'm also glad that they went with this ending, because it makes me feel safe that the characters are fine and good without Satoru. Gojo Satoru's worry, I feel, wasn't... Okay, Gojo Satoru was confident that his students were going to win against Sukuna. But also, Gojo was confident that because that they are strong and because their bonds are unbreakable, the thing that happened to him and Suguru will not happen ever again. Because if we look at it, the parallels of Suguru and Yuji are similar. Suguru eats curses, he eats negative energy, and he lost his way. Suguru lost his way because so many bad things are happening around him that he felt powerless and he felt like he was part of a cycle. So imagine eating shit, eating vomit, eating the negative mental, emotional weight of human beings every single day, and watching your comrades die, your friends die. Would that not change you? So Yuji is similar. He eats curses. He eats Sukuna, the king of curses. So, but Yuji, so much shit is happening around him as well. Like, people are dying. Nanami died. Humans are dying. Who would not also break down and lose their way? But the difference is that Yuji is different, and Gojo did not want the same thing to happen ever again. And I think the cycle stopped with Yuji. It would be funny if someone steals the last finger and eats it. It's a JJK ending. It's really the impact of Suguru Geto on Gojo's life is kind of insane. He was afraid of getting left behind again. I mean, it's never gonna happen again. Gojo literally murdered every co-op old guy in. Yep, they did. And from what Mei said, the survivors from the 3 clans are gonna murder themselves until they collapse. Yeah, so Jujutsu Society is like the old guards of the Jujutsu Society is gone. And I think the new stewards of Jujutsu Society is the new generation. So I think it crosses a lot of like things. So the old Jujutsu Society, the corrupt Jujutsu Society is gone, replaced by the new generation that understands the cycle of life and death and the struggles of Jujutsu sorcerers, and also the struggles of human beings, of normal human beings. So they're in good hands. Their morals have been questioned over and over, and I think they've reached a point where they're already stabilized, you know? So yeah, that's the ending. Maybe Suguru didn't have a good support system. Gojo wasn't always there for him since he goes out on his... Yeah, I think that's also why Suguru was alone. Like, he was always alone dealing with his thoughts. That's the sad part, right? Like, Gojo had Suguru as his moral compass and was always there to support him. But at the end of the day, Suguru didn't have anyone. Like, Gojo wasn't there for him the same way Suguru was there for him. And that's why Suguru was alone. I still think episode 5 of season 2 is the best episode ever of JJK. The one where Suguru defects. The way that they made it is like a movie. Like, did you guys see the art style difference in drawing Suguru? He looks like he's in a movie. He doesn't look like he's an anime character. He doesn't look like he's part of a slice of life anime. He looks like he's part of a movie. You're watching his day-to-day life. And he looks so awful. He looks so real. I think episode 5 is the most human episode of them all. And it's gonna have a compilation movie, yes. I'm really excited to see that. And I think I shared the opinion with majority of all the JJK readers that Hidden Inventory Premature Death is the best arc in the entire JJK. Like, no fucking doubt. No doubt. Maybe it helped that they only focused on a couple of characters as well. So they were able to flesh out a lot. But the direction of the episode that Mappa did too, like, I really want to praise the director of that episode because it was so well made. Like I'm not even talking about just the story. I'm talking about the composition, the angles, the voice acting, the art direction. Because they switched art styles. They switched art styles for this, for that particular episode. They wanted to really display that Geto is losing his shit. I agree, right? Thank you. That arc is... Not only the arc was so good, but the episode 5, the one where Suguru starts to defect, like... The shots were amazing. You know the shot where Suguru is commuting in a train and he's surrounded by humans and he's just... You could feel the isolation already. And then the talk with Yuki, but the talk with Haibara first. He looks awful as fuck. And then you come in, Yuki comes in, and then she talks about the solution to eliminating cursed energy in general. And then the direction where she points at, you can go to the exit or you can go to this area. I mean, you can decide what you want to do or what you want to think. Because I think... And a lot of people really hated Yuki for that conversation because... Oh fuck, it's Yuki's fault. Like, Yuki gave Suguru the idea to fucking kill all humans. To fucking kill all non-sorcerers. But on paper, what Yuki gave Suguru was actually a choice. That he actually has an out in this miserable fucking life. Like, he can actually do something about what's going on within himself. Like, I mean, of course, killing all non-sorcerers isn't the solution, but this actually gave an idea, like, not an idea, agency for Suguru that he doesn't have to be stuck in place. He can actually do something about it. Without Yuki's conversation, well, maybe he wouldn't kill all humans, but it gave him some sort of answer to where he was really lost. Yuki wasn't wrong though, I agree. Yuki was partly at fault, but remember, it's always down to the person to make a decision. Like, it's not the responsibility of Yuki. Like, you can be given an information, and what you do with the information is always going to be your responsibility. It will never give the fault. Like, I don't think the fault lies on Yuki, not even like a little bit. She only gave Suguru agency to choose that there is a way out, that there's actually a way out of this despair. And when I watch content creators talk about this episode, it's only with praise. Because when you look at Geto, like, when you look at Geto's perspective of the KFC breakup, it's bright! Chat, it's bright! You can tell what the author or what the director or what, like, the intentions are through lighting, right? Through lighting, the ambience, the music. Geto's perspective of the KFC breakup was so bright. It's like he saw the light. He saw the answer. He liked the answer. He found comfort in that bright light. But when you look at the JJK movie, the 01, Gojo's perspective on the KFC breakup was doom and gloom. If you compare it to who told which story, Geto's perspective was bright. Still a lot of people. The people were like faceless. You could only see Gojo's, you know, face. But Gojo's perspective from the JJK movie, the people were dark. The people were blank. The lighting was dark. It was gloomy. It was doom and gloom. And you can tell Suguru's feeling at the time was hopeful. Like, I found my answer. Satoru had the worst day of his life. I'm really calling it the KFC breakup. Like, we have to really pay attention to the lighting, to the ambience, to the music, to really consume media. Because I really think there's really more to than just shoving information down our throats that is obvious. We really have to look at the music, listen to the music, look at the lighting, look at the camera angles, the composition, the way that it's told. That's where you can really, really, truly enjoy media. And I'm not saying that, you know, you can just watch and I think it's bad. Like when you're watching anime and just take it as it is. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. What I'm saying is for this particular episode, for episode 5, you can really truly appreciate the wonder of that episode when you look at every single intention of the directors when they made that episode. Oh, JJK is this deep. I just watched the fights. That's the thing. It's so... I'm having a very difficult time actually looking for someone to talk to that's not just... JJK is, for me, more than just the fights. That's the reason why I really like JJK. I feel like MAPPA, the way that they animate JJK, is truly distracting the other messages that JJK wants to tell you. Because it's pretty. And because it's so good. Because it's so action-packed. Because it's so nice. It's so well-made. But also, there is a lot more to in JJK than just the fights, which is why I really, really like this anime. Anyway, I gotta go. People are looking for me. Family is worried. Family's worried I'm not responding to them. I wish they knew that I'm just in the JJK hole. I'm just waiting for Maki, Itachi, and her clan. Yes! So, things that I'm looking forward to getting animated. Maki, Itachi scene. Disseminating the Zenin clan. The Naoya fight also. Megumi's action scene with receipt guy. Kenjaku Takeba fights, air quote, whatever you call it. Yuki Choso Kenjaku fight. Shinjuku Showdown, of course. Yuta being a badass, I guess. Oh yeah, the triple domain expansion was so cool, but it was just so short-lived. The triple domain expansion like broke off immediately after them combining powers. I'm curious how they're gonna do the naked lady in the sky though. Forgot her name. Whatever. Yeah. Up until now, I still don't know what the fuck was up with Mei Mei and Wee Wee. I felt like it did not contribute to the story at all. Like, you have this one badass woman character that has an axe, likes money, is morally gray, and then you just give her a really weird bed scene in Malaysia with a little, like... I know, like, you probably don't know what to do with your female characters, but just don't add anything anymore if you're gonna add something weird. Todo is actually a really fun character. I really like Todo. At first, I really didn't get the whole what woman is your type thing. I thought it was just being a weirdo, but he's actually pretty wholesome. I really like how wholesome Todo is. For the entire night last night, I was having a hard time. The reason why I didn't want to stream today was because I'm feeling a bit like my right hand doesn't feel like it has circulation. Nothing wrong with family. It's weird. And the way that they were like talking about it too, it's like, One-sama, so lewd, catchy. Like, Okay, to be fair, JJK is probably one of the shonen manga that has the least amount of fan service. So every single time, like if I see something inconsistent that doesn't make sense from Gege's writing, I always think it's probably the editor's idea. The editor is probably like, Gege, oi, we don't have fan service in your anime, in your manga. It's really you know, all shonen manga, they need fan service. Every manga does it, okay? Like you gotta put something on it. And then Gege's like, okay, I will, as long as it's not the minor character. I'm gonna put it on the adult character. But it's like, I'm so down with fan service, but like, oh, it's still with a minor. Wee Wee is a minor. He's a minor character. Not saying a minor character like the opposite of major character, but like a minor young one. And a part of me, it's like, I was talking to my friend about this too, and like, we're down for fan service, so why not a shower scene? Why not Mei Mei in the shower naked taking a call like, oh, please take all the stocks away from my Japan investment, while like bouncing her boobs or something, you know, like, why was we I'm so down for fan service. Oh, I'm so glad that the fan service was not in any of the students, by the way. Two on the nose, you said it yourself. Subtlety, yeah. Maki showering with the blood of her clan is gonna be so badass. Honestly, that one I'm so down. I realized that there's zero fan service on any of the student characters, which is like a big plus for me. Like a mega big plus for me. I'm super down. Mappa instead though, like all the fan service that they did were all the adult daddies. And it's not I'm really happy about that, by the way. Thank you, Mappa. Arigatou gozaimasu. But yeah, Wee is interesting. Anyway, didn't contribute to the story. Whatever. I'm thankful that there's not a lot of fan service in this shonen. Like, even the beach episode, the only beach episode that we got was Hidden Inventory arc. And there was zero fan service. It was so wholesome. The one with Amanai and Gojo. God, I bought the Hidden Inventory arc. I bought volume 8. It arrived yesterday, and I'll probably buy volume 9 because it's not the complete Hidden Inventory. I don't think it has premature death. You know, at first I was so confused why it was called Hidden Inventory arc, but it's because of the baby, the cursed baby. The cursed baby that Toji has is a hidden inventory. Why was it called premature death again? Is it because of Gojo had a premature death? Technically he died. Technically he almost died. But then that's when he learned how to use RCT. Okay, I gotta go. I think I gotta go. People are worried. People are being weird and are being so dramatic that I'm not answering their messages. Family are calling me. People from other parts of the family are calling me. Like, when I answer their phone call, I'm just gonna say, I'm just addicted to this manga, Mom. I'm sorry I haven't been responding. I am grieving the loss of another one that I family found out JJK ended and we are worried about you. I'm sorry, parents. You guys are worried. I am sorry. I am streaming and talking about JJK. I'm okay. Anyway, we are waiting for a 7-hour review video on the topic. Do I want to make a proper analysis? I don't have the time. So, unfortunately, this is my last stream before my 1-week air quote break. My vessel is going to be working. And it's a very extensive work conference. So she has to leave home again, unfortunately. But one thing that I'm excited about, the place that she is going to has a JJK fan cafe. I hope her company doesn't like. Tayo na, ito pala sadya mo yung Jujutsu Kaisen fan cafe. So, you know what's so funny? This is our little secret. Okay, this is our little secret. So, I'm looking at the conference schedule and I'm going to plan ahead so I have the time to actually go to this JJK fan cafe, because this fan cafe is the Hidden Inventory arc fan cafe, and it turns out that when I go to this place, it will last 3 days. It will, like, it'll be only up until October 3. So I'm like, I will make time to go there. And the funniest thing, I think from my vessel's hotel to the location, I think it's an hour-long commute. And then my vessel's like, anything for JJK, I will do it. I can do it. Dekiru yo. Can I actually do it? I think I can do it. I think we can do it. I think I can go. I will make time. Priorities, yeah. That's why you're... No! That's not the reason why I'm going away for a week, okay? I'm not... My vessel has a very, very important business conference, okay? This is not her traveling to an area to attend a cup sleeve event, okay? It's no. It's not. It's a very important business conference that she has to attend to, and it just so happens in the area there is a JJK fans cafe. Business conference. Grabbing sakripisyo para sa... It's the dedication. I really love it, okay? She won't go to Cosme because she's still going. No! Okay. What's this? God, I really have to end the stream. Oh my god! Dami kong gagawin, chat. I need to make sure my parents aren't worried about me, I guess. Oh god, I'll give them a call after the stream. Anyway, I wish I can do an analysis video on it, but I won't be able to. I will release like a kudo board for my birthday, by the way, so we can have the messages for a week, so I don't clutch you guys at Google Drive again and I won't get permissions. I think kudo board is much better. The last theme cafe I went into Japan back then was the Monster Hunter World Cafe. Pog. Check nyo bag nyo pag uwi. You know, it's so funny. So remember how we all debuted in Aniporium, right? We all debuted in like me, Mikumi debuted in Aniporium, right? So I was thinking before I leave for the business conference, what if I buy a bunch of JJK merch to display at the airport? What if I attract a JJK fan? Like, oh, I noticed you have Suguru Geto on your... Oh my gosh, do you watch JJK too? Yes, I read the manga. You read the manga? Oto, sige tabi tayo sa plane. I just want somebody to talk to, man. I just want somebody to talk to. Holy shit. I'm creating a fanfic inside my mind already. Say, bakit ako say hello? Say hello. Just go now. We understand that JJK is more important for you than viewers or even family. No! You guys are very important to me, okay? I'm just in a rabbit hole of JJK right now. Okay? But this is my last stream. Hello, just welcome home, idol. I'm about to end my stream and I'm about to eat dinner brunch or something. Okay, this is my last stream before I take a 1-week break because my vessel is going to be in a conference. She's treating Gojo like Jesus. She is about to cross Gojo. Don't give me ideas, you know. Oh, welcome home, everybody. Don't give me ideas. Don't. God, you guys are giving me ideas to have airport clothing that looks really cool. What if I buy the glasses? Oh my god. No, don't give me ideas. Stop. Pakainin niyo na siya. Kakain na ako. I will call my parents and I'll just tell them, oh, I've just been addicted to JJK and busy preparing for the business conference. Oh, gusto ko talaga mag-airport clothes na sobrang cool. So that everyone's like, who's that cool person walking at the airport? They remind me of Gojo Satoru, and be like, yeah, sup. There's JJK jackets at conventions? No way. Okay, I will not spend on Aniporium stuff yet. I will see what merch I can buy to this place I will go to, and then I will come back home. If I didn't get much JJK merch, I will buy at Aniporium. That's the plan. God. So over. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to my rant. It really helped me not keep everything inside, because that's the worst thing. It's a collab cafe, then the merch buy. Yeah, it's a collab cafe. It's a collab cafe. I saw the merch already. They're very nice. I actually PM'd Mayano. I'm like, Mayano, I'm going to this place that has a fans cafe. Do you want anything? And she wants anything, like a keychain. So I'm also there on a mission to buy something for Mayano. Well, like a pasalubong for her so that we can like gush over hidden inventory. We believe. No, I love you, my lovely citizens. I just am so laser focused on JJK. By the way, do you guys have any tips? Because my right hand doesn't seem to be having blood circulation. どうしよう? I think it's from playing FPS. Fate Trigger last night for 8 hours. Doing 15 rounds for glove sleeves. Biglang binili niya. Di naman ako ganun kabayaman, Hyperion. I'm not that rich. Well, I'm not that rich. I'm not rich either. I'm not rich either. I only get to travel because of my business conferences. I sound like I travel a lot, but I'm not the one paying for these trips. Don't scare me like that. It's not carpal tunnel, right? I don't think it is. Carpal tunnel is painful. This one isn't painful. It's like, you know how when you take a shit and then your legs doesn't have, you feel like the corriente? That's how I feel in my right hand at the moment. It doesn't have like the electric shit, but it feels like it's not getting enough circulation. Maybe I just played too much last night. Yeah, uminaw my head. I don't know what that is. So obviously, what did you be with all my spendings? I'm not spending a lot. It's going numb. It's really not. Yeah, I think I need to just exercise. B vitamins. Okay, I'll take B vitamins then. Okay, I'm about to take care of myself. I will miss you all, my lovely citizens. I'm sorry. I wish I could make the stream much longer, but I'm experiencing not so good symptoms in my right hand, and it's not the best. I think I'm just so used to TFT that I don't think it's carpal tunnel, cause even my right foot from yesterday. Maybe I just sat down for 8 hours long and it fucks my blood circulation up. Is it your left hand or right hand? It's my right hand and then my right foot for some reason. I think it's because I sat for 8 hours straight yesterday. It's my fault as well. I didn't stand up. I guess I can't do marathon streams anymore, huh? Your hand position when holding your mouse for long. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I could sit for long periods of time. Maybe Fate Trigger for 8 hours was bad for me. Yeah. Oh, it happens to you too. Thank you so much for saying that, Xenos. I'm so happy you said that. I don't like it when I feel something that no one experiences. I get really scared, so it really means a lot that you shared that. I think the 8 hours of just constant movement FPS was very bad for me, I think. Get a vertical mouse? I'll try to look into that. Yeah, I'm right-handed actually. I think a lot of people are right-handed. I shall stretch, idol. I shall. But that's it. Again, my birthday is gonna be on October 10. My birthday is gonna be October 10. I will release the Kudo board on October 1. So it's actually still my birthday. And you guys can send me messages and we don't have to worry about the Google Drive stuff anymore. Do some simple exercises once every 2 hours. Hi, I shall. Thank you, everybody. Again, I will miss you guys so much. And I promise to post pictures of my adventures. If I tweet some IRL stuff, that's only because, you know, I'm in the place already. In the place. I want to say thank you to Xenos, loves your t-shirt, Dark Hunter, Hyperion, Fang Fearsome, Faux Pas, Dark Hunter, Akira, Everybody that Deadman, Kayla, thank you so much, everybody. Idol, enjoy your break. We will surely. I will miss you guys. I promise. I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna tweet pictures. I'm gonna tweet tweets still, but I won't be able to stream for an entire week, and that I'm not used to that. And I know I do that sometimes when I do on my business conferences, but I'll truly miss you guys, okay? Go grieve in peace, I shall. I'm so glad you're able to dodge the spoilers, Xenos, because I'm also very curious what you think once you reach the end. You expect a full report. I will provide a full report on the JJK Cafe. I will make time. I hope I'm able to get to it, though. Good night, Aria. Ingat ka palagi. Ingat din kayo, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. I will see you guys on my birthday stream on October 10. For now, I will disappear for... What? I'll be gone for 12 days. I realized I'll be gone for 12 days. Oh my god, that's a long time. That's almost 2 weeks. That's almost 2 weeks, but I will miss you guys. I will miss you, my lovely citizens. Okay? Thank you so much for coming again, and you guys can count on me that I'll miss you guys, okay? I hope you miss me too. I hope you miss me a lot. Okay? Bye, my lovely citizens. Thank you again for coming. I'll see you all next week. Math wasn't really my story. I wasn't. I'm consistent about it. Bye. I'll tweet, okay? Don't worry. I won't disappear completely. I'll tweet stuff still. Bye. See you on Twitterverse. Bye. Don't skip your meals. Oh, that's not the end.